To access your electronic adjudication materials, you will visit live.speechwire.com and log in with the email address provided to the contest, either by the coach who hired you or by the state office, and the password. SpeechWire will have generated passwords and automatically emailed them to adjudicators, but some school districts have really high spam thresholds where automated messages generated by websites won't even get to your spam box, much less to your inbox. And so you can try checking your spam or junk folder. If you still don't find it, use the Forgot Password button. Enter that same email address, click Reset Password, and it'll generate an email reset so that you can access your SpeechWire account. If you're able to log in, and the electronic ballots that have been assigned to you will appear in the initial home screen for the SpeechWire online tournaments website. In this case, I've been assigned one round for this demonstration presentation, but in actuality, most adjudicators will be assigned 2 to 3 rounds for each contest they're adjudicating. Because this is an asynchronous contest, the time frame of the round is really of no object other than the window of time you have been asked to complete your ballots within. So to access the round, you'll click the first assignment. And if your phone number is already not on file with SpeechWire from having adjudicated an earlier contest, you may be presented with a screen asking you to input your phone number so that we have the ability to text you in the future with round assignments and announcements pertaining to the contest you're adjudicating. That information will only be used by SpeechWire and the WHSFA related to speech contests. Once you access that round, you'll be presented with a list of names in order, and you'll click the button to start the round. That lets contest management know that you have received this ballot and that you are ready to begin. You'll be presented with a list of contestants in that particular round, along with red edit comment buttons for each. So we'll click that, and that gives us the evaluation page for that particular student. There's a few important elements on this page. First of all, a very large text link to play the video for this entry. Clicking this link will do is open a video in another window for you to watch. In many cases, you can pull the windows apart from one another, like this, and then resize one window and place it to the side, and then resize the other window and bring it to the side, and be able to type comments to the contestant as you are listening to their presentation, just like you would do in an actual contest. I selected this example from radio because it's important to note that we're not supposed to evaluate anything physically or visually pertaining to the video. In normal cases and in-person contests, the radio speaker would sit profile to you as adjudicator, but in this case, when recording videos, they may not have thought to do that, and so it is your role as the adjudicator to simply listen to these presentations. We've also included for the limited preparation categories of radio, impromptu, and extemporaneous speaking, a link to the materials that the students were given for particular rounds. So you can click and open that link and see what the students were working from so that you can hold them accountable for only including the information that they were given in that particular case. And then you'll notice that the rest of this page resembles a WHSFA evaluation sheet. We have added some language pertaining to implicit bias because obviously that's important in general, but especially in this year where everything is virtual, it's really important to think about the circumstances and the challenges that students and their coaches have been facing. So then you can continue on with the evaluation, and you'll have to type some comments in each of the boxes, and just remember to make the comments specific and constructive and instructive and kind and encouraging, and then select a rating for each area. Remember, if you select anything less than a 5, you need to provide some kind of justification for why you didn't select a 5. So we're just, for the sake of showing how this looks when it's completed, I'm putting in random ratings here. And then you want to assess the length of time, but be mindful the video length doesn't always indicate the exact length of time of the presentation. There may be a little bit of extra lag time as the student is getting situated. If you happen to be adjudicating impromptu speech, the full time is the time of both preparation and speaking, so that's the exception to that rule. But let's just say I timed this student, and even though the video says it's 4 minutes 54 seconds long, this one ended up being 4 minutes 52 seconds long in terms of the speaking time. And for radio, the time penalty of being 10 seconds over or under doesn't apply here because we're still over that threshold. So no penalty is applied. So I click Save Comments. And then it says that I have to complete all fields. So it must mean that I have forgotten something. And look at that, I forgot item number 3 here. So I'm just going to put that there, click Save Comments. And then now you'll notice that the 21 score carries back to the main ballot and the Edit Comments button turns green, which means you're done. There is no final submit button. When you are done with this and everything turns green, it is your judgment to know you're done and you return to homepage. And then if there's another round listed, you click that particular link and go into that particular category and adjudicate those students. We hope this video has been helpful. You are welcome to visit the WHSFA High School Speech Contests webpage, which has all kinds of FAQs about our virtual season, as well as a link to our most current edition of the Speech Handbook. And we recommend that you follow the current edition of the Speech Handbook and category rules, so that if you have a particular question about a rule or a particular evaluation criterion, you can read more in the handbook. For example, in radio speaking, you can view the penalty timeframes so that you're clear on exactly how many points are deducted for being over or under. Finally, should you have a rules concern as an adjudicator, please navigate to the WHSFA High School Speech Contests page and click the button for Submit Rules Concern. And this is where you can document all of the concerns that you have. Make sure that you adjudicate the round as if the concern were not an issue, because adjudicators do not have the authority to disqualify students. That goes to a committee to review what happened and to make that assessment. Don't get confused and hit the Submit Adjudicator Concern button. That's actually for coaches to report concerns with how adjudicators adjudicated during the contest. Adjudicators use the Submit Rules Concern form. Thank you for helping us keep speech alive despite the challenges of this pandemic.